Hey Jose Monkey, can you find me? Can you figure out where I am?
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found.
Yo, I know that guy. That's Minion's dad.
That is correct. This video was sent in by Nate Petrosky, who is the creator of the popular channel Narrowway Homestead. Nate posts videos about off-grid living from his 102-acre homestead in West Virginia. He also posts a lot of content featuring his dog Minion. Minion is an adorable mixed-breed pup that Nate found living underneath his car one winter morning.
Bro, I love Minion. Go places, do things.
As I said, Nate's channel is very popular, so it was no surprise that after he posted this video asking me to find him, you guys went absolutely crazy in the comments tagging me. The video is about a minute long. Check it out.
Hey Jose Monkey, can you find me? Can you figure out where I am? Let me help you out with some clues. I am going to slowly pan because while these mountains may or may not be famous, I have no idea. Every single mountain on this planet is unique, so it should be something possible to find. Obviously, I am not at a mountain, and I want to help you out with some of the nearby vegetation, just so you can get an idea what grows here or what doesn't grow here, because there are no license plates or anything for you to really look up. You don't have to randomly look like anywhere. I will tell you, I'm not too far away from a road or something of interest, but one more time with a nice widescreen view, just because I really want you to find it, but I don't want to make it too easy. So if I make it too easy, well, that's on me, and you're just really good at it. I do think you will be successful because I have seen some of the videos you found. This is just something with a different type of clue than you're used to. And hopefully this cool tree looking thing will help you actually pinpoint the exact spot.
So what can we see?
So that's probably not West Virginia.
No, it does not look like West Virginia. I was thinking Arizona initially, but that was really just a hunch. And honestly, we really can't see very much. Just some plants and nearby mountains. Nate did tell us that it was near a road, but the biggest clue is this tree that Nate shows us. And that actually helps us narrow things down very quickly. That is a yucca palm, or what is commonly known as a Joshua tree. The Joshua tree is native to the Mojave Desert, and in the United States is primarily found in these areas of California, Nevada, and Arizona. I actually saw this video when I was getting ready to make dinner, so I didn't have a lot of time to look for it. But I figured I'd go with my Arizona hunch and just started pulling up random highways in the Arizona desert, hoping maybe I would find it. And guys, I realized that that is an absolutely crazy approach and was not likely to work. But I did that for about 10 minutes before I had to stop and go make dinner. But the whole time I was making dinner, I was thinking about finding this place. I started trying to think about why Nate might be in this area. Like, people don't just randomly go to the middle of the desert. He was probably there for a reason. And I suspect that reason wasn't just to record a Jose Monkey video.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
Yeah, I kinda did. But you do that all the time.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because I always say your boy Chad. That makes it okay.
Anyway, I suspected that maybe Nate had some other reason to be out in the desert, and I wondered if that reason might be the same reason that many Americans travel to the desert every year, to go to Vegas. Going with the theory that Nate might be visiting Las Vegas, I thought that maybe this wouldn't be too far from there. So guys, I pulled up a map of Vegas, and I just started looking for the highways that headed south out of town toward the area where you're likely to find Joshua trees. The first highway I picked was I-15, aka the Las Vegas Freeway. And I just picked a spot not too far outside of the city to take a look around. And guys, I almost couldn't believe it, because when I looked around, I was surprised to find that we had one mountain here that looked as if it matched one of the mountains we see in Nate's video. Now, the rest of the view did not match at all, so I knew it wasn't right, but I figured I was in the right area. I just needed to find the right spot. Now, a trick I like to use in situations like this is to use the parallax principle to align objects at various different distances to what we see in the video. Parallax refers to the apparent displacement of objects when viewed from different positions. So if you're traveling along a road with mountains alongside of it, you will observe mountains moving at different apparent speeds depending on how far away from you they are. So if we look at this street view photo, we can see that these mountains in the foreground look right, but the background mountains do not match what we see in the video. But if I just moved down the road a bit, I knew that the view would change. So I did that a few times. And once I got to this spot, I could see that we have another set of mountains in the background that looks like it matches the video as well. But they weren't in the right spot. They needed to move this way. But I was getting closer. And that's when I realized that the spot I was looking at is not far from a tourist attraction, the Seven Magic Mountains rock sculpture. I wondered if that's where Nate was. The sculpture is just off of a smaller road that runs parallel to the big interstate that I had been looking at. So I went to go check it out. And guys, that was it. You were here, near the Seven Magic Mountains in Clark County, Nevada. So I finally got the view of the mountains to match what we see in the video. Here's a view to the southeast, and also a view of the mountains to the southwest. But figuring out exactly where Nate was pretty tricky. Using the parallax trick, I figured that Nate had to be somewhere in this area. If you move outside of that area, the view of the mountains to the southeast just starts to look wrong. Also, I knew he had to be on that side of the road because we don't see the road when he looks to the southeast. Nate carefully kept the Seven Magic Mountains sculpture out of frame during the video to not reveal where he was. But that also tells me something about where he was standing. We can see that we get a clear view of these mountains in the video. But in the video, we do not see the road and we also don't see the sculpture. And in order to get a view of this mountain without the sculpture or the road being in the way, you would need to be somewhere in this area. If we overlap that with the area I previously outlined, That tells us that Nate was probably somewhere in here, which is an area roughly the size of a football field. We can see some tire tracks on the ground in the video, so I'm thinking maybe he was somewhere around here where we see different dirt tracks coming together.
Bro, what about the tree?
Yeah, so I really want to find that tree to try to pinpoint the exact location. But unfortunately, none of the photos here, neither user-submitted photos on Google Maps or the Street View photos, are clear enough to help me pick out that specific tree. Like, is it this one? Or this other one? I mean, they all look the same. I would need photos from much closer to be able to tell which one it was. Now, I know what you're thinking. The best way to find this tree would be to go there myself and actually physically find it.
Yeah, Vegas, baby. Let's freaking go.
But a trip to Vegas is not really on my agenda right now. Dang. So, maybe some other time. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it's that place in Vegas that I found for Topgolf. That was about 19 miles or 31 kilometers away from the spot. Nate, thank you for playing my silly game. Please say hi to Minion from me and Chad, and also from my dog Chopper. Guys, go check out the map of all the places I've found for you so far from the videos you've sent me. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.